How is everyone doing on this Friday? We hope that you all are doing well. As promised, we're going to continue to delve into starting a business and then maintaining their business through various contracts. So now what we're going to talk about tonight is something that I think is very helpful, and it will continue to be helpful for individuals that are familiar with it. We're talking about the gig economy. Now, the gig economy is something that, as you have seen probably from the name of what I just mentioned, that phrase that I just used, the gig economy, is set up to where an individual contracts with a service, and that service puts that contractor in touch with individuals in their area that need their services. At one time, you would check maybe a job posting board, and then maybe sometimes you would have your services be known by word of mouth. But in this technical age, there's something better that's available. And so what the gig economy is based on individuals who have a particular skill, and they use that skill in order to generate revenue for themselves, but also to help their customers and clients that are around them. So now, what do we mean by contracting? Well, last week we talked about getting your EIN and all of the various steps that it takes to get that particular number that you need. And this week we're going to put it to use. So quick contracting, as we mentioned, what these companies do is you would download a particular app from their company, and you would sign up to meet the requirements that particular company has for contracting you. And then after those requirements are met, that very next day, they will begin to supply you with jobs that you can take on, complete, and then be paid for. So that's what we mean by quick contracting. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to get this thing up and going. There's not a whole lot of investment that's involved, okay? So now let's get into the final points of what we'll be talking about tonight. So the first thing we're going to talk about is investing in yourself. Now, with quick contracting, the main thing that individuals have difficulty with from the very beginning is garnering up enough courage to go out and to perform these particular services. This may be the first time you've ever done this. There may be the first time that you've ever attempted to do this for a customer or a client. You may have done it for family members and friends, but when you cross over and start working as a business, then there's a different expectation that you have to meet. So it's understandable that there would be a little bit of hesitance in regards to what you were about to embark on. But when I say invest in yourself, I mean particularly having the confidence in yourself to know that not only can you meet the challenge of the situations that will confront you, but as time goes by, you get better and better. Let's say, for instance, you are asked to come and assemble some furniture. The first time that you do it, you're going to take quite a bit of time because you're new to this. You have to follow the instructions, but as time passes and you become better and better at it, then you'll notice that the time that it takes for you to complete a job, it begins to shrink, right? That's because you're acquiring skill. That's because you're acquiring know-how. So you have to have that patience that you need in yourself to believe that you can learn what needs to be learned, and then you can take the knowledge that you have and you can employ it in the situations that you need to. That's what I mean, investing in yourself. And then also investing in yourself would require that you would purchase the right equipment, the right tools. And so with the particular services that I'm going to highlight for you tonight, they tell you what tools you're going to need. For the particular jobs that you want to take on and complete, they tell you what tools you need. They tell you, they even give you training courses, video training courses that will help you to hone your skills to the best of your ability. It's something that you can do. Why not invest in yourself? Okay, let's move on to the next point. The three that I've had great success with: Hello Tech, Handy, and TaskRabbit. Now, the two that I'm going to focus on are the two most popular: Hello Tech and TaskRabbit. I'll give you an example. Have you ever been in Walmart and you might be about to purchase a television? Let's say, for instance, you came in Walmart, you're looking for a 65-inch Ultra HD Samsung television, and you purchased the television, and then you're asked, would you need someone to mount it for you? Now, that particular question, if you answered yes, will kick you over to some of the mounting services that Walmart offers. Right now, they offer two main services from Hello Tech and services from Handy. So now, here's the thing, though. In regards to these services, you need to understand that these are individuals that are in your area. These are technicians that are in your area who are subscribed to this particular company, this particular contracting company. And so when you register an order to be filled, then that order goes directly to the job board, and an individual from your area comes out and mounts their television for you. So now think about all of the people who, over the course of the pandemic, and sad to say the stimulus that we received, think about how many people bought a television, right? And so that particular service is one that's offered, but then there are many other services that are offered based upon what kind of skill you have. So tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to focus on Handy for pros. Now, the reason why we're focusing on Handy is because Hello Tech is for individuals who are a bit more skilled. I wouldn't recommend that you start out with Hello Tech. Hello Tech, I think, would be a fine choice after you have some time under your belt, some know-how, some knowledge. Because with Hello Tech, the jobs are a bit more difficult. They're a bit more technical. Wireless networking, computer repair, virus removal, things of that sort, right? Very technical items that need to be filled. But with Handy for Pro, there are simple jobs that you can do that you may do every day. Skills that you use every day. You can take those skills and transfer them to skills that you would need for Handy, and then you can generate a profit from it. So what are we talking about? Let's look at a couple of things. When you go to the Handy website, and here it is here, the Handy website, you'll notice this is the website that's needed for application, right? And I'll put it up. So here's where you would apply. Now you see that you have your name, well, just necessary, your name, email address, zip code, because now the zip code is necessary so they can establish your perimeter. How far out they would want you to go, how far out you would want to go. But now notice something. When you say your primary service, look at the various services that are offered there. I counted almost 12 services. Anything from computer network services to electrician to home theater to HVAC, even to smart home. So you have a number of things that you can look at. You have a number of things that you can work at and create a business for yourself, or at least another stream of income. Okay. So now another reason why I'm recommending Handy is because there is the ability to be paid the same day. Now, let's be a little clearer about this. When they say same day, what they mean is that usually what they do is the day that you finish a particular assignment, they kick you out a week. You'll have to wait a week for payment. But within the Handy app, you can get paid that very same day. Now, they will pay you, but then it'll take either 2 to 3 business days for your bank to receive the payment and then make it available to you. So at the least, you're waiting 3 days for your money, including the day that you did the job. And that's one of the perks of Handy. Now, what are their requirements? What are their basic requirements that they want from you in order to start contracting with them? I'll put them on screen. So now, first of all, they're looking for you to have just a little bit of experience, okay? Then the second thing is they want you to be authorized to work in this particular country, in the United States. And then something that's very important, they want you to be able to exhibit a higher level of customer service, right? So your skill will be complemented by the way you handle the customer. And that's important because not only is that beneficial to the company, but that's beneficial to you. Because the better you are at customer service, then the better results you'll have, because individuals will feel free to invite you back. They'll feel free on the spot to share with you what it is that they require. What are their expectations for the job? If your customer service is on par and you make that person feel that you are there to assist them in whatever way you can, then they will feel free with speaking to you about their expectations. So maybe it's a certain way that they want their television mounted, right? Maybe it's a certain way that they want their carpet cleaned. Maybe it's a certain way that they would like things to be done, but you will never know that unless your customer service is on par, okay? I've seen a lot of guys who have tremendous amount of skill, can build anything you need them to build, mount anything that needs to be mounted, but their customer service was lackluster. It was subpar. And so a lot of the jobs that they could have had, especially with repeat customers, they couldn't get those because of their lackluster customer service. Because let's think about it. How would you feel if you hired an individual? You hired an individual to come to your home and to perform a service for you. And that particular individual was probably the rudest individual that you came in contact with. Would you invite that person back? I know I wouldn't. Not if I'm paying you. Now, if you volunteering, it's a different thing. But if I'm paying you, then I expect that your demeanor, the way that you deal with me, is one where you're showing appreciation for the business that I'm giving you. So it's the same thing here. It's the exact same thing. The customer service as well as the skill combined is what will make you effective in getting customers and then retaining them, okay? All right, what's the next thing? We talked about the requirements. So now let's look at, I wanted to share with you so that you don't think that this is something that I just came up with, okay? Let's look at a review, just a portion of it, okay? This is a review by This Online World, and it was done February the 9th, 2021. And so what they're doing is they're trying to establish whether or not Handy is a viable resource that can be used to either start a business or side hustle or to supplement your income. And so throughout the article, they're delving into whether or not this is a trustworthy way to pick up some extra money. Now, they talk about a guy named Alan in this particular article, and he said that he made $200 in a single weekend. That's quite a bit, isn't it? $200 in a single weekend. So now they go on to describe what Handy is. It was founded in 2012. And as I mentioned, it's a gig-based app because, like you said, it's part of the gig economy. And the evaluation of Handy is $360 million. And so, as I mentioned, here is the focus of Handy. It says Handy has connected tens of thousands of home cleaners and handymen to clients across dozens of cities. So now that's what we want. We want individuals who have a particular skill, especially if you have one. We want to be able to connect with those that need that skill. And so individuals who make use of Handy can find individuals who are pros or professionals at this particular skill that's in their area. But also, let me say this. If you have a particular skill, but that skill might not be fully developed, this is the perfect platform on which to develop your skill. This is the perfect platform that you can use to gain more experience in what you do and to gain customers in what you do. Because what you're ultimately trying to do is develop a relationship with the individuals who you service so that they will be repeat customers. Okay, let's keep going. Now, what are some of the offers that individuals have there? Some of the skills. It mentions electric work, plumbing help, moving assistance, AC furnace repair, painting, home renovation work. Okay, so that's just a few of them. As I mentioned, it was in excess of 12 areas where a person could utilize their skills to help clients and customers in the area. Okay, and then as we mentioned, here are the requirements. We'll repeat them again. It says have paid experience in cleaning or handiwork, be authorized to work in the country you are applying to work in, possess excellent customer service skills. So now how much does it pay? How much does it pay? Now, if you notice, this particular gentleman, Alan, he has, in some cases, made $1,000 per week. That's if you're a professional. Those are the top level professionals, okay? But now, it mentions that from their particular website, usually it's $22 an hour a job as a cleaner, and then $45 an hour a job as a handyman. So now, like I mentioned before, the more skilled you are, the less time it will take you to complete a job, right? And so the faster you work, now I'm not recommending that you work at a breakneck speed where your work is subpar. What I'm saying is, as you become more skilled, then what will happen is the jobs, no matter how big they are, you'll be able to go in and focus on where the problem areas may be, and then that will accelerate your ability to complete the job. So that's what we're saying. $22 an hour as a cleaner, $45 an hour as a handyman. Now, for me, myself, I've been with them almost 4 years now, and that $45 has turned to $50. I have a 4.7 percent. You know how they rate you? I have 4.7 stars is what it's called. So we are in the higher percentile because our customers are a priority, and we make sure that we treat them as such. All right, let's keep going. So now Alan is an electrical apprentice. He's been in that service for more than 10 plus years. And it goes on to give a little bit of backstory about him. But now let's look at a personal example that he related in this particular article. It says in total, look at this now, I made $222 in my first weekend for completing some pretty easy work. So he replaced an old ceiling fan, and then he put together some furniture. It mentions in the article, furniture assembly. So $222, as you can see, is between September 2nd and September 8th. That's what he got paid. That's his first weekend. So as I mentioned, now this isn't something that I'm pushing like some kind of Ponzi scheme or something that could undoubtedly cause difficulty. But what I'm saying is this is a viable way to use your skill in order to produce extra income. Okay? Now, let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to right here. Okay. So this is another point that I wanted to recommend for you all. Now, as I mentioned, there are two that I have personal experience with. I have personal experience with Hello Tech, and I have experience with Handy. So now here are a couple of the other jobs that you could do. You could contract with these individuals: TaskRabbit, Thumbtack, Tidy, Jobble, Tackle, Wanalo, and Nextdoor. So now those are a few of the other gig that you can get on to that can make you some money. But now I tell you one thing too, the reason why I think I recommend Handy as a beginning point is because for individuals who are skill-based, one of the main contracts that Handy has is Home Advisor. So a lot of individuals who use Home Advisor, they end up having an individual on the Handy platform come out and service them. And the Home Advisor network is huge. There are quite a few jobs that I get from home advisors when individuals want a security system put in, or they want security cameras, or even they might want a TV that's mounted. There are a whole number of things that can be done because of home advisors' relationship with Handy. So that's another reason why I would recommend using Handy for Pro. All right. So now that particular article, I think that was good enough. Let's go back. All right. So now one thing too you'll notice is that this particular setup is one that is sustainable. Okay. Because what you can do is, if it's your goal to supplement your income, then you can spread those jobs out that you want to do according to your own schedule. So for Hello Tech, for Handy, for any of the ones we just looked at, there is no set schedule. What happens is you supply your availability to the app, right? And then the customer supplies their availability. And if the two match up, then you're paired. Now, one thing about Hello Tech, though, I'll say this, and I really appreciate it. What they would do is, if you have an extended period of time that you've been working along with them, and they know your strengths and they know your weaknesses, what they would do is they will allow individuals who have seniority 5 minutes to look at a particular job before they offer it to everyone. If you have seniority in a particular area, if you've been there the longest, they give you 5 minutes to look at the job, and then that job goes out to everyone else. And if there's no one in the area that is qualified or that is courageous enough to fill that particular job, then it comes back to you. Okay? Myself, I use it to supplement my income. And it came in handy, I must say, during the pandemic. Because for a little while, my main contract was frozen because the interaction between persons was not allowed because of the pandemic for safety reasons. I understood that. But Hello Tech and Handy were still offering their services. Hello Tech so much that they provided PPE to me. They shipped it out. Hand sanitizer, masks, whatever I needed, they shipped it out to me to make sure that I was continuing to be safe while offering my services to my clients and customers. That's a company that you can get behind. Not only were they concerned about the customers and the clients, but they were concerned about me. And so I think that this gig economy, I think it's going to continue to grow. I think it's going to continue to prosper, because what you're seeing is that individuals would rather deal with someone face to face. They would rather have someone from their area that if anything goes wrong, they can get in contact with you and they can get their problems resolved. Because as of late, I've had a couple of customers and security systems that I put in. Either they forget their passwords, or they need additions on to their system, or they would like to move base stations to different locations. See, all of that is repeat work. All of that is something that can be done and be charged for, right? So that's the kind of work that we're looking for. Because now, truth be told, if it's your desire to build your business, this is a perfect way to get it off the ground, because you're coming into contact with clients and customers, and you're building a rapport with them, because you're doing your best to offer the best service that you can, so that you can put your business on solid footing, right? But now here's another thing I want to caution you about. In these particular instances, there are some individuals, and I know that this is not going to be a surprise to you, but I have to make you aware of it. I have to emphasize it. There are some individuals who, when you arrive on the scene to perform the particular task that they need, make sure that you thoroughly review what it is that you're supposed to do when you're there. What are you being paid for? How many hours are you supposed to be there? What in particular does the task require? Make sure you familiarize yourself with that, because there are some individuals, you'll get to their homes, right? or you'll get to their businesses, and there'll be other things that they want you to do that isn't in the write-up. And if it's not in the write-up, then that means they didn't pay for it. And if they didn't pay for it, then that means that you don't have to offer that particular service. You are there to do a particular job. And if they hadn't paid for the other jobs, we're not saying that you shouldn't do them, but what we are saying is that you need to let them know that there is going to be an extra charge for whatever it is that they want you to do. And it's up to you to set that particular price. Because we're not about turning individuals away who need our services, but we're also not about rendering services to individuals for free. Because how can that help your business? How can that help you to grow and to bring in more resources if you are supplementing your income? It can't. So just be careful about that, okay? Make sure that what you have as far as payment is concerned and as far as description is concerned matches up with what you actually do when you arrive at the customer's home, okay? That can't be emphasized enough, I promise you, because it's happened to me many a time. But as I became better and better, then I realized there was a need not to turn the customer away, but just to add an additional price to it, okay? And they're happy to pay for additional services because they understand that this was not part of what was agreed upon, okay? All right. So now that's handy. I encourage you to take a look. If nothing else, just go to their website and see if there's a particular skill that fits your needs. It could be something that you could do, because I'll give you an example. Let's see if we can bring it up. Now, this is the website itself, okay? And what it is you'll see, actually, it's the app. Now, you see all of the various skills that are offered. Now, this is my particular area, home tech. Computer repair, networking, TV mounting, smart device setup, home security installation. Well, those are all of the things that I do. But now notice all of the various skills that you can offer. Under cleaning, you can do a laundry service, right? That's something that individuals do weekly. And so there's a lot of things. Specialized cleaning. You see that? Furniture cleaning, curtain cleaning, pool cleaning, roof cleaning. So it's a lot of things that you could do. And there's a lot of things that are here that's for individuals who may not be comfortable with doing these things. Look at that. Furniture assembly, general assembly service, hanging items, air conditioner installation. So there's a lot of things that a person could do. Okay. So now, as I mentioned, it's worth, looking into, because here's the thing. If you set up an account with Handy or Hello Tech, right, there is nothing in the sign up process. There's nothing contractual that holds you to offering any services. You can be on the platform and only offer services when you need to. When you say, okay, I need maybe some extra money to go on vacation, right? Then you can go to these services and look for jobs, fill those jobs, and meet that goal of the desired amount that you need to go on vacation with. So it's a flexible situation. It can be as large or as small as you desire it to be. It's all on you. How much time and effort you put into it is based upon your particular situation. Okay? You may be working an 8 to 5 and you say, okay, I only want to devote 3 hours a week to these particular services. And so you would work on those 3 hours. Or if you're saying that now you're trying to transition from an 8 to 5 into owning your own business, this will help you, as I mentioned, save up. Because we're going to go into it again. Like I mentioned last week, what I would want you to do is to have 2 savings accounts. Okay? One saving for long term. And then the second saving account is for the first 3 years of your business, so that you can cover the expenses that will be needed to keep your family afloat. Okay? And this is a way that you can do it. This is a way. You can continue to build upon those savings, and then when you're ready to make the leap, not only do you have the savings that you need to support your family during that time period where businesses struggle. But then also you have a base of clientele because you've already been working. How many of hours you choose to work, you already have individuals who know about your service, and because you did the best that you could on that particular job, they can recommend you. So you have a base of clientele that you can build upon. So it's necessary, I think, as I mentioned last week, to be practical, plan ahead, make sure that this is something that you want to do, but not only do you want to have the emotion that's involved, but you want to put forth the necessary effort, the necessary hard work, and I guarantee you it'll work out for you. Okay, and I can make that guarantee because it has worked out for me. In addition to the full-time contract that I have. Okay, so now what would I suggest? Let's get to a few of the suggestions. Okay, what would I suggest? Let me make sure that there's no one. Okay. There's nobody that has questions. Good. So what would I suggest? The first thing that I would suggest, and I made a list just to make sure I didn't forget anything. No, I can be sometime. I would suggest that you contract with multiple services, okay? At least two. At least two. Because see, here's the thing. This is what happens. With Hello Tech, let's say, for instance, you have a job that has been scheduled for 10 a.m. Usually what they do is they block you out from 10 to 12. They give you 2 hours to complete the task that you've been assigned. Like I mentioned, it's more technical work. It's more expertise that's required with Hello Tech. And even with Handy, they usually block you out for an hour and 30 to an hour and 45 minutes. They block their time out so that you'll have enough time to complete your assignment. So with that block in place, let's say, for instance, you are maybe putting in a home theater, right? And usually when an individual wants a home theater, they have a head unit and they have speakers that need to be connected as well as a subwoofer, right? Now they give you an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to make their job happen. But what if you finish in 45 minutes? Then that means the next hour is blocked off. You can't get another job if you're working for Hello Tech or Handy, right? If you're just working for one of them. But if you bring in another in that particular situation, what you can do is stagger the jobs. If you have a job at 10 o'clock, right? And you finish that job up in 45 minutes and you have an hour that's left there, then if you have also scheduled a Hello Tech job for that day, what you can do, and I've done this several times, is call the customer, the Hello Tech customer, and say, listen, I finished up my first job a little bit earlier. I was wondering if I could come out and service you. And the majority of the time, if that customer is at home or if they're available that particular day, they will allow you to come out. So now what you're doing is you're setting up your day to be more productive. You're setting up your day to bring in more jobs and to generate more revenue, right? You're using your time more efficiently. That'll be the first thing. And as we mentioned, my next one, I kind of got into stagger your appointments. So you have a Hello Tech job, stagger that in with a Handy job, then go to another Hello Tech job. And before you know it, at most, I've done 5 jobs in a day. 5 jobs. And when I'm finished, on average, that day has been between $450 and $500 that particular day. Honestly, it has. And so now you're looking at another stream of revenue that's coming in addition to what you already have coming in for that 8 to 5 or for the full-time contract that you may have, okay? Now, the next thing I would suggest, I think is absolutely important. Work on your appearance. Work on it. You want to make sure that your appearance is neat and clean and that you're orderly. Even your toolboxes, the things that you use, the condition of your clothing. I understand that you're coming to work, but that's not an excuse not to be clean. That's not an excuse to be disheveled. You need to be put together, shave if you need to, or get a haircut, because this is your business. And as I mentioned, the amount of effort and the amount of determination that you put into your particular business will determine what are the results. What revenue does this business generate? Your appearance has a bearing on it. Okay. Then the next thing, please, if you can't do anything else that I'm suggesting to you, please be on time. Be on time. Because being on time suggests that the customer is important to you, and they have to be. They have to be important to you, because now they're paying you for a particular service. And as I mentioned, not only are you looking to develop skills, but you're looking to offer good customer service, the kind of customer service that begs an individual to bring you back. You don't have to say a word, but your customer service makes that individual see the need to call you back if they ever need anything else in the way of your skill. And that's necessary. So please be punctual. I tell you, it has done wonders for me. Even on jobs where I knew they were going to be long and drawn out and tedious, me coming ahead on time has caused the customer to be more patient, because what they're thinking about in their mind is that he made me a priority. And because he made me a priority, I at least owe him the patience that's necessary for him to finish what I need him to do. And that's invaluable. That's invaluable. Having the space and the freedom to finish the particular assignment that you have without worrying about whether or not the customer or the client is unhappy with your performance. Because of the fact that you arrived on time, a lot of time, it alleviates the difficulties that are associated with that customer having a negative view of you and your work just because you was on time. It's a powerful thing. Okay. And then too, now, and I've had to learn this myself just lately, so I'm sharing it with you. Be open to learn new things. I have been putting in security systems for quite a while, but now just lately I've had to adapt to the wireless battery powered ones, like SimpliSafe, like Cove, Alder, Blue from ADT. They're all battery powered. They're basically what they are Zigbee machines. There are sensors that you place, and there's one head unit. I've had to adapt to installing that. And even though I'm an engineer, initially, some of the devices that I've had to set up, the process to me has been a little too long. But then I thought about it. These devices are actually meant for the customer to set up. But then you have some customers that are not tech savvy. And so they call you out in order to make use of your service so that the particular item that they have is set up correctly and is mounted correctly and is able to be used without any difficulty on their end. Okay? So be open to learn new things. Be adaptable. Change with the circumstances, because the more you're adaptable, the more revenue you can generate, because you'll be able to install, you'll be able to work with a range of things and not just a certain segment. This is not an area where you just need to focus on the segment of things. If there are a number of things that you can do, even some things that don't go along with your primary skill, but if there are a number of things that you can do, then there will be more jobs that you can take on, fulfill, and generate more revenue. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now, the last thing, and this is most definitely a powerful recommendation, make sure that you have the right tools. And that's going to be important, okay? Because in addition to your aptitude, your ability to use your skill and understand what's required of you, if you don't have the right tools, it's going to be a long day. You're going to struggle. I'll give you an example. When I first started mounting televisions, I had a corded drill, right? A corded drill. So everywhere I went, here I am with this orange extension cord, and I'm hooking up the extension cord to the customer's power. And sure enough, I'm getting the TV mounted, right? But was that the most efficient way to do things? Especially when there is a certain thing called a wireless power tool, cordless power tool, I should say. And so after being introduced to cordless power tools, now I noticed that the mounting of television, the installation of security systems, all of those things go by in a flash because you're not having to fight with a cord. You're not having to worry about whether or not you'll have power in a certain area. You don't worry about that because you've already charged your battery pack that particular night and you're ready to go. Okay? So now those are some of the things that I would suggest. But now in closing, I want you to seriously think about this, okay? Seriously think about looking into these services in this gig economy. As I mentioned, is not a scheme. It's not something that's designed to trick other individuals. It's based purely off of skill. Even if you hadn't honed your skill to the best of your ability, here is a platform on which you can do that. Now, as I mentioned, I'm recommending Handy as a jump off point, Hello Tech as you become more experienced. And here's the thing, as you become more experienced and you become better with displaying your skill and you become better with interfacing with the customer, then you'll notice that the revenue that you generate begins to skyrocket. I'm telling you, as I mentioned during the pandemic, these 2 contracts kept me and my family afloat. And I don't mean in a way that we were barely getting by. I mean, they generated enough revenue to take care of everything that I needed and to have a little to save. So this is not some ploy to get you involved in something that's going to hurt you. I believe that this is a way that you can supplement your income. This is a way that you can start your own business. Or, as we mentioned, this just could be a side hustle for you. The payment options are wonderful because, as we talked about last week, I encourage you when you start your business to set up a Cash App and a PayPal account. In both these instances, right, both Hello Tech and Handy, they use those particular avenues to pay you. Hello Tech uses PayPal, right? And then Handy will use a number of banking institutions and also PayPal in order to pay you. So you don't worry about having to go somewhere and pick up a check. It's directly deposited into your account. And as I mentioned, with Handy, it's up to 2 days in addition to the day that you did the work. So 3 days at a maximum, you'll have your money in your account. But now with Hello Tech, here's the thing. 2 times a week, you get paid. 2 times a week, you get paid. And if you work over the weekend, then Monday, they give you the money for the weekend that you made. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is usually when they pay. And if you are the kind of individual who may be kind of tight for money, then schedule all your jobs for Hello Tech on Tuesday or schedule all of them on Thursday. And make sure you schedule them before 5 o'clock because at 5 o'clock on the dot, they push the money out to you. Okay? So now, as I mentioned, this is a way that you can generate some more revenue for your family. With the spare time that you have, you could take that spare time and use that time to augment your savings. You could use that time, as I mentioned, maybe to start your own business. But whatever you decide to do with that particular time, make sure that it's lucrative for you and your family. That's the point for me. That's the reason why I made this video, because a lot of times what I do is I give you the theory behind it. I give you what could happen, but this particular video, I want to show you what definitely will happen given the right amount of effort that you put into the situation. I hope you enjoyed the video. We are going live every Friday. We ain't gonna stop. This has become a lifestyle for me. I enjoy sharing my knowledge with you all, and hopefully if there's any questions, y'all can get in contact with me, okay? As always, man, we hope that the rest of the weekend is good. I hope that y'all eat some good barbecue and, among other things, be easy.